Speaking of giant, Kellyanne, go to this one. This is very interesting. So, Facebook user growth is shown across the bottom from 0 to 5% a year. And then Facebook ARPU, and I'm going to teach you something, average revenue per user. So this is how cable companies think. This is how subscription OTT companies like Hulu think. This is how the mobile phone industry, long ago called the cell phone industry, that's how they think. What is my average revenue per user? In cell phones, it used to be 50 bucks. I'm paying 75 bucks a month, my little sister was paying 35 bucks a month, and it averages out for 50. They would say that's the average revenue we get per user. So this is Facebook looking at the average revenue per user, and most of this is ad support. So take a look at this. The US and Canada are growing 2.5% to 3% a year, $17.84 for 270 million users. Whereas if you go down to APAC, it's called Asia Pacific, 1.3 billion users and $1.63. So when you look at the Meta stock and you look at the value of Facebook, take a look at this. They can talk about, oh, we have 1 billion users in the rest of the world and 1.3 billion Asia Pacific, and we got 409 million in Europe and only 270 in the US and Canada. Yeah, wait, ho. Look where the money's being made. And by the way, Facebook is on the verge of going to subscription in Europe, because Europe has got some rules that are getting tougher about collecting data. Hey, Kellyanne, have you ever mentioned something maybe in a Facebook post with a friend, and all of a sudden tomorrow afternoon you get these creepy ads for exactly that?
It's not even on Facebook. I'll Google search something, and then all of a sudden it's on my Facebook ads, and it just keeps appearing. And now it's on Instagram because Facebook bought Instagram. So now the ad is just following me everywhere just because one time I searched for a hair product or something.
You said something to somebody. You said, hey, the picture at your sister's birthday, did you know you were still wearing the AirPod in one ear?
Yeah.
And then the next day you've got all these competitors to AirPods showing up. Yep.
It's crazy.
Well, guess what? Europe does not want Facebook to be collecting data as easily as they do in the US, and they're talking about making it less creepy and collecting less data. So Facebook is talking about, moving to subscriptions, where maybe you just pay for ad-free, the way you do Hulu, and the way a lot of things are out there for ad-free. Mm-hmm. But anyway, that's the future of that side of it. But isn't it interesting? You look at that chart, and the United States is the big one. So why do you think Facebook spends so much on lobbying in the United States? Why do they over-prep Mark Zuckerberg when it's time to go get in front of Congress? Simple. The big blue dot at the top that says that their ARPU in the United States is $17.84, which is 10 times what it is in Asia Pacific and the rest of the world, where they have billions of users rather than a little bit more than 250 million of users here in the US and Canada. I think that's pretty interesting stuff. So when you put it in there, as I always like to say, life will make sense when you find out what the data is and what that person thought the data was saying. Then things that you see in business and everything make perfect sense. Like the automakers thought that the workers are going to go on strike anyway, so what's the use to this? Just let's see if we can negotiate a little bit, and then they're going on strike and there's nothing we can do about it.